Beaten by the Baggies, but not all doom and gloom as a record signing has been made. Welcome back to Where Red Dragons Walk with myself, Luke, and alongside me today we've got Steve, Ed, Sean, Andy might be popping in and out, and we are going to be discussing all things Wrexham. So, Steve, tough game, but plenty of goals.
Yeah, entertaining match. So everybody knows I'm in Phoenix, Arizona, and that 4:30 a.m. starts a little bit on the rough side. Felt bad for my family though, because when we netted the first goal, I think I woke up half the neighborhood. I think we looked great to start, and then we were talking beforehand, and then the lulls kill us, like those lulls and not bearing opportunities. So. Yeah. Like you see flashes of we're in there, we're competing, and it's those lulls. We got to get over that hump.
Yeah, Sean, tough, isn't it, the championship? But I thought you showed a real good resilience. Scored 2 goals.
Yeah, I mean the thing with Wrexham is they're always going to be resilient. They're always going to, they'll never be just out of the game. But it's the championship. It's a different ball game, isn't it? We were decent with the ball at first. I mean, we weren't really creating much, but then that's been Wrexham throughout. That is how we play. We knock it from side to side. We get out to the wing. We put balls in the box. I thought the Baggies dealt with that really well. We need to go through the gears a bit quicker in midfield, I think. But I've got no issues. Wrexham will be fine. And like we said, we played Southampton and we played West Brom, so it's not. You can't get an ideal start in the championship, can you? But I'd say that's a tough one.
That is a tough start, isn't it, Ed? Would you happy with the 2 performances though over the 2 games?
I think there's been very, very little in, like both games, very, very little in it. But this is the level we're at now. We get punished for mistakes. Goalkeeper added the second goal. There's been other mistakes defensively. But yeah, performance-wise, I feel it's been very, very close. And we do look a championship level team, which is good to see. So I think the first win won't be too far away.
I think something when you spend a lot of money and you bring in a lot of new players, something that always takes a little bit of time is the togetherness, Steve. But I feel like for a team that has got quite a few new individuals in there, I think you do look fairly together.
Yeah, that's the thing is anytime you bring new bodies in, right? It's that learning everybody's habits. How they play the ball, how they react, right? So that's going to take a little bit more time. But, going back, to what Ed said, my one concern was the second goal. I'm one of these guys that's very defensive of goalies. I used to be an ice hockey goalie. So I tend to give them a longer leash, but that second goal can't go in. We needed to stop there. There's moments of brilliance still. Like the player, like right now, O'Brien is just... he's impressing me a lot. Kiefer Moore, I love the guy already. So jumping on that bandwagon pretty quick. But yeah, give them 2 to 3 more matches, and I can see it being a lot tighter, and a lot crisper in their play, right? So just a little bit more time, and as everybody else alluded to, 2 tough matches to start, and we didn't look out of place. Like that's the thing. We were in there. And had we buried our opportunities, we could have had 2 wins, right? We could have squeaked them out, but hey, that's championship football.
Yeah, completely agree. Sean, Josh Windass, what's the latest coming out of camp?
We haven't heard nothing as of yet. Oh, I certainly haven't anyway. And you know what? He was the signing I'm most excited about. I love him. He's a great player, isn't he? I love him. Every time you look for Sheffield Wednesday, you're looking at Josh Windass, aren't you? Great player. I love him. I absolutely love him. So hopefully that's not too long because, he plays up top. He drops in the hole. I just think he's great to watch. His football intelligence is absolutely brilliant. So, yeah, I really hope that's not too long because I want to see him playing as often as possible because, and you're thinking if it's a bad one, then it's the time getting back as well, isn't it? So it's the game's missed. So, let's hope it's not a serious one, and he kicks on.
Yeah, 100%. Has he been an upgrade? Would you say, Ed? Obviously, Paul Mullin over the last few years has been your figurehead, hasn't he?
Yeah.
He's been the guy. Do you feel the Windass is a step above?
Different type of player,
Yeah.
mate. Mullin to complete still play championship for me, mate. And no one will tell me any different. You get. He just had a bit of an off year last year, Paul Mullin, but he didn't get a chance to get it right. He can play championship, mate, and I'll never be doubted of that. So different types of players, but Josh Windass is certainly a step up to the squad. Yeah, 100%. He's quality, mate. You know, it's a different type of footballer. Yeah, it's quality. As with Kiefer Moore, I'm very, very impressed with Kiefer Moore. But then we knew what we were getting with Wales. You know, he turns up for Wales game in, game out, and he does exactly the same. So, yeah, but it's a shame not to have Moles, I've got to tell you.
Yeah. What do you think, Ed? Windass a improvement on Mullin?
I totally agree with Sean there. He's a different type of player, Windass. With Mullin as well, the last 2 pre-seasons, he's not really had a pre-season. So I think especially last season was a struggle for him. So we're all hoping he does really, really well for Wigan this season and proves himself, because there's still a question mark at League One. Like, I know what Sean's saying there about you thinking Championship's standard, but he hasn't yet proved it in League One. So really, really hopeful that he shows that for Wigan this year. But with Windass, yeah, I agree with what Sean said, that he's so clever. I mean, watching him on Saturday, he brought one ball down on his chest and he's just got the vision to see what's going in behind him. I feel we've been quite unlucky with Moore. Played really, really well against Southampton, goes down injured. Windass was having a cracking first half hour or so, goes down injured. If we can get those 2 fit and playing, I think the front 2 there would be pretty settled. They both look absolute quality.
Another player, Steve, that does have technical ability is your record signing, which is Broadhead. Are you happy with the signing? Another Welsh lad?
Yeah, I just wish he didn't have to get brought into the game the way he did, right? So talk about putting his feet to the fire right away. And you could tell that he was just trying to find his rhythm in the game early on. But again, credit to him for, playing through it, because, what did he have? One or 2 practices with the team before he had to step on in. So, there was just, like I said, the way I saw him play, looked confident. Oh, that one strike in the box with his head, and he just off the side, just a glance, he wanted that one back, right? But I think he's going to be top notch up there too. I'm getting pretty excited about the depth on the bench now. Right. So when players are coming in now, we're going to get a quality and get a push. I am hoping for a couple more signings, especially now with injuries. I don't even think we're going to recognize this roster in about another, 2 weeks. I think it's going to be so different.
Sean, going back in time, did you ever think that you would be signing? I know it's like, let's say all the add-ons do happen. It's rumoured to be 10 million. Did you ever think that you'd be making a signing of £10 million?
No. I mean, flipping heck, I never thought Wrexham would pay $1 million for a player. Ever, mate. And that's God's honest, that is. We've been through some hard times, and not to beat the same flipping drum, because I'm sick of hearing Wrexham fans sometimes where we've come from and all that, which is listen, mate, it's right. We've been through the mill. We were always a selling club. Our best players, as I'd probably tell you, you knew they weren't going to be around very long. So it's nice. It's refreshing. It is refreshing. But yeah, £10 million for a player is just. But nothing surprises me anymore when it's a football club. Absolutely nothing surprises me anymore, which is great. It's absolutely fantastic. But it's crazy, £10 million. But it looks good. It looks really good.
Yeah. What a journey, Ed. We touched on it last week on the show, but what a journey Wrexham have had over the last few years.
It's been incredibly fast. And just on a personal note, I left Wrexham in 2018, emigrated to New Zealand. I'm back for a little bit now. But when I got there, nobody had heard of Wrexham. They were like, what's this badge, everything like that. Now, when I was last year, there was people there asking me, when I go back to Wrexham, can you get me a Wrexham top and everything? So I think that just shows the journey. And this is before these pre-season games. What a journey that, people in New Zealand are recognising a Wrexham top. worldwide. And I'm sure Steve's here now as well on the pod. It's just incredible that it's gone so international.
Oh, it's brilliant. It's brilliant. And I think it gives every club hope. I think that's what I think. That's why a lot of people, I think, outside of Wrexham and outside of the fan bases, it's kind of, it shows that you can do it. You know, you can do it. And I must admit, I know Wrexham, you know, as a club have chucked a little bit of money at it this year, etc. But I do think the club has managed expectations each season very, very well, because it's always every season, are Wrexham going to get promoted? Are they going to get promoted? I think you deal with the expectation quite well, Steve, don't you think?
Yeah. Yeah, going back to what Ed's saying right now, you know, being a newer fan, right? So people can understand this. I'll use the word soccer, so forgive me. So I grew up playing soccer, right? But
we'll allow it. Don't worry, we'll allow it, Steve.
It'll slip out because I'll be at the pitch with my daughters and we're playing soccer, unfortunately. But you know, it was tough, you know, from over here following a team, right? So, you know, it wasn't televised as much. So, you know, kudos to building up the brand of Wrexham and now being able to follow it. Like, I was chomping at the bit when we were in the National League to watch games. And when they finally could televise games, it was great. I'd be following them, driving the car to a match, like for my daughters. I'm watching and like looking like a psychopath, either screaming for a goal or if we got one against us in the car. At the fields itself, people are like, what the hell's this guy doing? Screaming right now and fist pumping. It's because Wrexham scored a goal. So, but yeah, it's great now watching the team. But, you know, even me sitting back, you know, being newer at, you know, for Wrexham, the incredible journey of this club. And, you know, for the fans that, or the nostalgia aspect of it, you know, watching the players change, I'm like, well, I don't know what they were expecting, you know, just because you don't get promoted 3 times in a row ever, right? So I expected that. And to be honest with you, the previous summer when I was, you know, I went and followed the Rex Coast tour, and I was excited when we played Bournemouth and Chelsea and we looked good. I was like, holy cow, we can do this. We can win League One. The New Zealand match, I looked at this and went, we got to make some changes pretty quick here, because you could just see it just wasn't there. And I just went, oh my goodness, we've got to make some changes. So again, kudos to the club, kudos to the owners for going after players and being aggressive again. So, you know, top notch.
Talking about the transfer window, Sean, it's coming, obviously a few weeks left now, isn't it? We're getting close to the end of the window. What would you like? Is there any other positions that you're looking at and think, right, we need reinforcements there?
Yeah, certainly in defence, I think, mate. I think we looked a bit 6s and 7s on the weekend. As much as I like Max Cleworth, he's getting turned quite. I think that's been noticeable because, you know, the pace is a lot quicker, isn't it? But we are having trouble in defence. I've noticed that. So I would say we got a defender or 2 coming in. But bar from that, I don't think there's too much to add to the squad. It's about getting them gelled together now, isn't it? And kicking on, which we will. I mean, Parkinson does it year in, year out, and we'll be fine. I got no qualms. We'll be fine. But I think some defensive cover, maybe. I think that's where we do need to strengthen. I think that's been pretty evident. So yeah.
Okay. Well, that brings us nice actually talking about Parky, because so it's time for a tweet of the week, which is a new feature that we're going to do every week on this show. And the tweet I've got written is it was just after the game against the Baggies, and it says Parky's success rate in the Championship is poor before now. It's my only worry, and he never seems to change the way the team sets up. Parky's been a brilliant manager for your club, Ed. It's too early to be saying comments like that, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, listen, he needs a season. He needs a season in the Championship, and it's as simple as that. You know, the man flipping deserves that, first and foremost, for what he's done and where he's got us. His success rate has not been great before in the Championship, but listen, people have doubted him before, and look where he's taken us. You know, the man needs a season in the Championship, simple as that. And then you look at it, or maybe at least till Christmas, and then you look at it. But it's ridiculous. After 2 games, people are talking about it. Remember what the man's done for us. and have some faith in him. Is what I'd say.
Short memory, some fans, Ed, don't you think?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, he couldn't have done any more than 3 straight promotions. I mean, a little point at the end of the treat, the formation, everyone knows the formation Wrexham play. It'll be interesting to see as the season progresses, will he stick to that or will there be something else? He is unproven at championship level, really, isn't he? A little bit like we were speaking about Mullin earlier before. But yeah, undoubtedly he deserves more than a chance. And 2 defeats against very, very good opposition with a brand new squad. Sorry, not brand new squad, but 9 or 10 brand new players. It's going to take time to gel. And certainly in both games, there's been some very, very good signs. There's been some really, really good play. So fingers crossed, we'll be back winning very soon, and
I'm sure
there'll be less of those negative tweets.
Steve, like Ed briefly just touched on there about Parky, is he an adaptable manager? So are you going to go to, I don't know, are you going to go to certain clubs away, Ipswich away, certain grounds? Are you going to adapt the way you play, or is it Parky's way and this is what Wrexham do?
I would just leave it in Parky's hands right now. The club's too there's too many new players to be switching too many things around, right? Let them settle in, let them get used to the system, let them get used to each other, and then just keep pushing forward right now. Like, to me, we'll really see how we do against Sheffield Wednesday coming up next. So that's a club we should beat. We know they're struggling, so we'll see how they perform against them. And if we get a dominant win, which I'm hoping we get, and I honestly think we should get, if we play the way we played, just last Saturday, I think we should be perfectly fine. And that'll set the tone and the pace for the rest of the season, in my opinion.
Very nice. Very nice. Thank you very much, boys. That's been great chatting to you, and we'll see how we get on next week. So yeah, thank you for watching, guys. Please like and subscribe on all the relevant channels and platforms, and we will see you next week.